What is up, guys? Darren here, Daily Driving Hoopties. New car today. We are in our 1993 Chevrolet C3500 pickup truck. Got a little bit of audio enhancement going on down there by a motorcycle. But here we are. We are in our 1993 Chevy pickup truck, and this thing is a beast. Had this thing since it was new in our family. My dad actually traded in a Cadillac. I think it was a 91 Fleetwood. Same color, white with blue interior. And we traded that to Don Steve's Chevrolet back in 1993 for this thing. Right around the same time, we actually got our 92 Chevy Suburban with the exact same power plant. So, Tonawanda 454, big block up front there. Powered, just awesome power. Not over the top. It's nothing to write home about. It's probably 275 horsepower, but probably 350 to 400 foot-pounds of torque, I'm going to guess. We're sitting in a 1-ton chassis here, so this is actually a crew cab dually. So I have 6 tires on this thing. It comes equipped with a 4L80E 4-speed automatic transmission. This is the first year that they actually, or second year that they put this transmission in something. So 92, that transmission actually debuted. 93, it's in this thing. And let me tell you, this thing is actually a very capable truck. I love this thing. If you want to argue with me that this was the best truck GM ever made, come at me. Because I really do feel that this was one of the best trucks that GM ever made. There's not a lot going on. The dash is very simple. We've got oil pressure, temperature, a voltmeter, how much gas you have, a tach, and a speedometer. The speedometer only goes to 80 or 85. If you got an SS truck, actually, so the little SS 454 pickup trucks, I'll put a picture of one right here. These trucks actually came factory with a higher speedo dash. I believe they were 115 mile an hour dashes. I'll confirm that. I actually have one. I'll take a picture of the one that's in my SS truck. I'll put a picture up there as well. So little things that there were different in these trucks, but this was the nicest dash I think that GM really made in the trucks at the time. The 88 was kind of a goofy one. It had like white bars that moved across. It was very similar to like an Astro van, I guess, that they had. So I'll put a picture of that also up here. Obviously, we're going to just play the picture game right now. We are in a gallery. But this truck is awesome for what it is. Like I said, we've had it in my life. It's been in my life my entire life. I was 4 years old when we got this truck. And I remember my dad used to drive this thing daily for a while, and it was not a hoopty at that time. Though it was stolen back then, I believe twice actually. I think it was stolen once from my dad, and then my dad let his buddy borrow it, and then it got stolen once more. And yeah, just funny stories of cars if they could talk. There's also a big dent in the back here that I'm going to show you. That came from a beer keg going to a party. I actually distinctly remember that. And as for a couple other things, one of the fenders is jacked up. I guess a road sign was fallen over back in the day, and my dad couldn't avoid it, so it was what it was. So that fender got chewed a little bit. It's not horrible. But it definitely fits the Daily Driving Hoopties MO now. So here we are at 165,996 miles. We're about to roll 166,000 on this old girl. 27 years old, and inside, she does not look it. This truck is very, very clean inside. When we go through the walk around, I'll show you. This thing is really nice inside. The only thing that does not function properly inside is the air conditioning, and that's because I need to get a new condenser. Thank you, General Motors, and your terrible designs, because this thing, when you take the high pressure lines, or just the pressure lines off of the condenser, they crimped the lines a little, so you destroy the condenser as you take it out. So it renders it now a serviceable item is no longer serviceable. But you also need to buy new hoses, because if you put in a new condenser, you're going to destroy that one as well. Thank you, GM. Thank you. Little things like that make me love you just so much. But other things on this truck, like I said, 4L80E automatic transmission. I wish it was a 5-speed. I don't know if they actually made Silverados with 5 speeds in this. It probably was a special custom spec. I'm sure you could. But a lot of the Cheyennes I know came with 5 speeds. You'd even get a 5-speed crew cab dually one, but I don't know if you could get a Silverado. But obviously you could just add the stuff that you wanted. Those cars were just stripper models back in the day. I don't know if that's actually true nowadays, if that's still true. I know that GM is trying to bring that Cheyenne name back, but what can you do? What else do we know about this truck that's really fun? But as for these trucks, this was when GM made trucks. This is when everybody still made trucks. I mean, even Ford were decent at this time. It seemed after the 2000s, they just kind of lost their way. I don't know when a truck required your bed to be higher than my chest, but that you've eliminated the truck worthiness of the truck now, because I can no longer throw anything in the truck. You have to like put the tailgate down, and it's a pain. This truck is a 1-ton dually, so it sits a little bit high in the back, but nowhere near what new stuff sits in, even in a 1/2-ton spec. As for this truck, it is a 93, so it is the first year of the crew cabs in this body style. We have 2 of these, actually. I have a 93 GMC as well. It was my grandpa's. He left me that when he passed away. And we also have a 75 crew cab GMC with that one's a manual. But these trucks are some of the best trucks I've ever gotten to work with. They're just logical. There's not a lot of fluff, not a lot of extras. This thing's 2-wheel drive with a big block. The first year, technically second year actually, of the 4L80E. So big transmission, big block, big rear end. Just an awesome. It's got the Corporate 14 rear end. This thing does work. Just one of the best trucks. And like I said, argue with me if you want, but these trucks are virtually bulletproof. You're not going to hurt one of these. I'll never forget back in the day. It's not back in the day. It's probably about 10, 15 years ago now. But we were doing some work on our yard, and we picked up some sod. And don't get me wrong, sod's heavy. It is heavy. But we picked up 2 pallets of sod, and the gentleman that was putting the sod on the truck was like, "Are you sure you want to put 2 on there? It's pretty heavy." And the 2 things of sod didn't even collapse to the overload spring. We still had a little bit before you hit the overload spring on the dually portion of this. So, or on the I mean, it is a dually for that reason. It has the overload spring on the leafs in the back there. So you can put a lot of weight in this thing. I mean, a lot of weight. But as for this truck, great trucks. I would like to find a newer model, like the 2001 generation with an 8.1 liter and a 4L80. Yeah, they didn't really change much. I would probably consider getting that one in a 4-wheel drive or a Dirty Max. The Duramax has been something that I've been kicking around for a while, and they look like they're nice, I guess. Better than the 6.5 Chevy diesel. Jesus Christ. That thing was garbage. What else was there? Yeah, I mean, Dirty Max versus Cummins. What would you guys do? Put it down in the comments, because I Obviously, these trucks are great, but they don't have creature comforts. That's one thing I do like in the newer generation of trucks is you have the heated seats, you have your XM radio, and obviously I could potentially put those things in this truck, and there are plenty of spots to just make another switch and have them go into the door panel here, but how much is too much on something that's a hoopty? And I love the hooptiness of my hoopties, and I want to have hoopties, and I want to have nice cars. No, I don't want to have nice cars. It's a joke. Everything I have is kind of hoopty-esque. I always joke that I can't have nice things, and you know, I really don't like having nice things. I like having nice stuff, but as per se having the nicest model of that stuff, God no. Do I want a Rolls Royce? Yes. What kind of Rolls Royce do I want? I want a 70s to 80s Rolls Royce with a Chevy motor in it. Because, yeah. All right, guys, let's go ahead and transition outside and we'll take a look at this thing. All right, guys, well, here we are on the outside of our 1993 Chevrolet C3500. Outside looks a lot worse than the inside. 90 Chevy paint, everybody. They all do this. So we have some aftermarket wheels. There are some early or late model or early KMCs, I guess. This is when my dad still worked at KMC doing some of their IT stuff. But yeah, as you can tell, this paint is just gone. GM paint just flakes away to nothingness. Maybe in a couple years, maybe I'll have like Chevelle stripes, just because of the way that the paint faded away. Factory tint, that was one thing that was cool. But yeah, there she is. And yes, I have the extra long trailer hitch in it. That's so when you whack yourself in the knee, it hurts extra good. But 8-foot bed, like I said, it's got 6 tires on it. This thing is a beast. Just an awesome truck. These things run forever. If you take care of them, I'm sure the paint, I think every single one of them, the paint's gone, honestly. But let's take a look under the hood here, and I'll show you this lovely 7.4 liter big block. We're here in Brea today, guys. It's a beautiful day, actually. Spinning some Brodies. Not me, I promise. But there is that 7.4 liter big block beauty right there. This side, it's not the cleanest. I'm sorry. It's been 27 years and it was a work truck for a long time. So, yeah. I could clean up a lot of this, actually. I'm just an a-hole. You know me. I drive hoopties, everybody. I can't have nice things. But yeah, here we are. 7.4 liter. I have changed an alternator. I've done an AC compressor before. I think I did a water pump relatively recently, you can tell. But so much space for activities. There's not a lot of crap in these at all. That's for aftermarket amplifier. Got a battery turn off because that thing does have a little bit of a drain. But yeah, like I said, not a lot going on. And just in case you guys were wondering if this truck is a America truck, it is. So this truck, I believe, was made in Fort Wayne, Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. I would answer that question, but that sticker has faded to nothingness. Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, I can't read any of that. So, yeah. But here we are. Here's the inside of this thing. Like I said, this thing is immaculate inside. Seats are still in really good shape. Headliner is still in very good shape. There you go. You can see headliner there. just all in all, a really, really nice truck. Like I said, we've taken care of it. The original carpet, I don't even know. I've never even pulled this up. Yeah, there's the original carpet down underneath there. So, 166,000 miles on this old girl. And she, like I said, she needs a few things. I'm going to get the AC fixed in it for next summer. And she definitely needs some suspension love. But other than that, this thing is still a workhorse. I still drive it all of the time. And yep. So I'm going to go ahead and close this episode here out, guys. I want to say thank you. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, do the YouTube thing. You know what to do. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.